Hi, everybody. You may be receiving this absolutely beautiful mailer in your mailbox in the next coming days. And if you don't, I'm going to have extra ones if you want one. But I thought I would walk through just the importance of what this is. I'm really excited that Counter is sending out a mailer because I'm a paper person. I love finding out more details about a brand and just really proud of the things that Counter is doing right now. And I think that this lookbook specifically really showcases the difference between Beauty Counter and Counter and how we really are unapologetic about what we're doing in the industry, really not only setting the standard of what clean is, because we've always done that, but being more vocal about what clean actually means and increasing awareness so that you as a consumer can have more awareness of what is clean and safe and what clean actually means, because there's really no set definition for clean. But also I've been joking with people recently that Counter is basically like Beauty Counter turned 30, and they're unapologetic about who they are, and they know who they are very confidently and are really stepping into that. And so I feel like this lookbook does that. So it looks like this. It says beauty with nothing to hide. And there's this really great um, letter from Greg. It opens up into our Counter branding. There's been a lot of questions about why Counter and like why does the N look like that, which the story is in here as well. But you can see that like all of our photos and our products are just very elevated, and so many things are the same as what they were before, but even better, I think, whether it's the packaging, whether it's the formulation, really it goes above and beyond anything that's out there. So this little part down here talks about the N and the logo, and it says, our logo is visually bold and strong, underscoring our dependability and leadership. Love those words because that's valuable to me as well. The extended N icon is a nod to the conception of redaction or covering up, reflecting our beliefs that beauty should be transparent, unapologetically honest, and nothing to hide. Within the Counter logo, the N icon also invites the viewer to ask what's inside, reinforcing our ingredient formulation and philosophy. So it's just so beautiful. It says beauty secrets are BS. Again, really uncovering what has been hidden beneath the surface of a label, or what you can't understand in an ingredient list. Like, we are all about uncovering that, which I think is very exciting. So here's that photo. Then we get to our products. This is our beautiful Counter timeline, which is for people that want to target signs of aging specifically. And the thing that I like about this line is that there's a ret natural complex, which is a natural form of retinol. Retinol and vitamin A are really damaging to your skin. They're usually ingredients that are used in anti-aging products, but I feel like this ret natural complex performs better than retinol, but it's also safer, helping you look more like yourself, versus looking like a different version of you. Like, it just enhances who you already are in the most beautiful way that looks natural. So this is our line. It's wonderful. It's the same formulations as before if you've used the Counter timeline before. Then our next page is talking about actually what it takes to make like what real, it says real clean takes real work. So we talked about how we pioneered the term clean, how we set the standard, but now it's just become very saturated in the market, and not all clean is the same. And so what it actually means to make something that is truly clean. So it says, what does real clean mean? Simply put, we believe that real clean is focused on safety for human health without compromising performance or efficacy. It's about the comprehensive work that goes into establishing a truly definitive standard that others can follow. It's about being willing to lead by example and openly talk about the things that go well and the things that don't. It's about reconnecting. It's about connecting all of us to power change. Together, we will make history again. So they highlighted the Counter Glow Hyaluronic Moisture Mist, which is one of my very favorite products that is out. This says it took 21 months, 38 revisions, and third party testing, and countless rounds of reviews to get the formula right. So, what you'll find in Counter is that everything is absolutely incredible. I think everything in Beauty Counter was great before, but there were a few things that were lacking or didn't really make sense or weren't as intentional. Everything is intentional. Everything is high performing. Everything goes through this rigorous testing process for the full experience. So the next page is about our Counter Glow line, which is I would say the upgraded form of Counter Match, but it's really in its own category. It is so hydrating. I think with these products, any one of them that you use, as soon as you put them on, you will immediately know a difference. Your skin immediately looks glowier. It immediately looks hydrated and smoother. And so I like it for the like immediate performance, but also the long lasting performance is absolutely incredible. So if you don't necessarily have any skincare concerns or, um, have dry skin or want your skin to look a little less dull, so brighter, this would be a perfect line for you. Then the next page, so beautiful. I love all of the models that are in the new branding. So this says our ingredient philosophy. We believe that the ingredients we choose to formulate with are just as important than those that we don't. It's highlighting our never list. It is a that's why we use the groundbreaking Never List and a dynamic assessment of constantly emerging data to determine what can go into our formula. We evaluate and reevaluate ingredient safety for both people and planet, assessing and testing obsessively. So this is really important because a lot of times companies will just like look at what the standard is and just like meet the standard. They will continue to be on the cutting edge of research. And as we know, like science is ever changing, ingredient formulation is ever changing. So it's always best to stay top of mind and to be ahead of the curve so that we can continue making better and better formulations as well. Or even sometimes we've done the testing, ingredients are safe, but then, something comes out that wasn't necessarily known before, and then we'll, change from there. So then the next highlighting section is more of our treatment products. So we've got our overnight resurfacing peel. We have our clear pore cleanser, which was in the Counter Control line, our cleansing balm, and our vitamin C serum. So these are all treatment products that go above and beyond what your standard skincare routine is to specifically target different things. And let's see here. Okay, and the next thing that I absolutely love is this page that says "We Mean Clean," and so it's comparing old school beauty and Counter. So like old school branding. For example, this says marketing was flowery claims and pretty talk at you, where Counter is very much about the conversation, about information, speaking plainly, and having a conversation with you. Maybe clean, parts of the clean, potentially aligned in variety of standards within the industry is the old school beauty. Counter is the real clean, an emerging definitive standard of clean beauty based on safety. Old school beauty perpetuates a culture of toxic competitiveness. Counter, it powers with movement with a shared purpose. So what we're doing is impacting all, not just a few. And I think that that's really important. And there's also a lot of other things listed there. Then we go into our makeup. Our beautiful Dew Skin is back. I really miss the SPF and the coverage and the hydration of Dew Skin. So glad it's back. The next product is our Skin Twin foundation, which I know a lot of people really missed. I use Dew Skin more often, but I also use Skin Twin when I want a little bit more coverage. And then this page talks about our advocacy work, and it says building beauty better. When we speak up for more protective legislation, our lawmakers listen. And when we talk to one another and share what we know, customers can make better informed decisions. When we acknowledge that we're not perfect, other companies are also inspired to do better. Change starts with one person, one conversation, one product, one company at a time. And then it takes all of us to make it better. And there's a quote from Greg that says, I want to keep showing up for women, especially women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, who are so often underserved. They're powerful, they're smart, and they deserve products that reflect that. I love that. Then the next page is talking about our Sheer Genius lip conditioners, which is like a hydrating lipstick. Really miss these a lot. They've been around for forever and they just keep getting better. There's also a little blurb about brand partners up here. Of course, I'm your brand partner. um, and then what's cool is there's a little peek into the eyeshadows that just released. So we've got a couple of shades here, and then also highlighting that the mascara is back, the brow gel is back. And there's a call to action that says your role and real clean. We don't have all the answers, and we're not afraid to admit that. That's why we're building a community with you who want to learn with us. When you ask the hard questions, we dig deeper. When you share your experiences, we listen. So reach out, send us your thoughts, words of encouragement, and difficult questions, and we want to hear from you. It's time for all of us to demand change from an industry that spent the last century prioritizing profits over people. Every safer product you recommend to someone, every flowery marketing claim you question, every beauty secret that you tell gets us closer to beauty that's better for all of us. It's time to go counter. So I just thought that that was absolutely beautiful. There's ways to, um, you know, um, start going counter, just like questioning brands, looking at ingredient list, using me as a resource to help answer questions for you. There's a great QR code at the bottom that goes to the counter website. And if you want to shop, you can use my link that is in my emails. You can also send me a message or an email. I'm happy to share that with you. But one really great thing that's been added is down at the bottom. If you go to counter.com, you scroll all the way down to the bottom and it says find a brand partner is a link. You'll just search my name, and it works best if you search my last name first. So my last name is Varel, V as in victory, Arel. And then you can just select that, and then there'll be a banner at the top that says shopping with Lauren Farrell. So I'm here for you. I hope that was helpful. I can't wait for you to get the lookbook. As things unfold, as products release, I'll be hopping back on here and sharing a little bit more with you. But as always, I'm here for your questions. I'm really grateful for your support, and I'm just really honored to be able to do this work and then to be able to help you along the way. See you later.